What's up YouTube? My name is Caden and you're watching Gas It Garage. Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix a common problem with the centrifugal clutch on your mini bike. This mini bike right here is what we're going to be working on today, and this clutch, as you can see, is pretty worn out, and what it's doing is as soon as you start up the engine or a few seconds after, the clutch will start making this horrible grinding noise, and it will cause a ton of friction and stall the engine out. So I'm going to show you how to fix that today. Alright guys, before we start, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start this thing up, bring it up the driveway, and then coast down after I kill the engine, because that will cause the clutch to do the thing I'm talking about. And you'll hear it, trust me. Well, that was the sound actually. So no need to go down the driveway now, you've heard it now. That is a very nasty sound, and we're going to fix it. All right, first things first, we got to remove the chain and the chain guard right here.
This rear bolt is usually pretty hard to get to.
We don't have to fully remove the bolts, we just have to loosen them because this plate is slotted. All right, now let's find the master link and take this chain off. There it is right there. These little master links can be kind of tricky sometimes. Actually, you know what? Don't recommend this, but we're doing that anyway. This makes things a little bit quicker and easier. All right, so now we have to get this castle nut off of here, because this is a pretty weird crankshaft. It has a male threaded end coming out of it, so you have to put a castle nut on with a pin. Okay, this thing may be a little bit tricky to get off of here. It's kind of seized. Been on there for so long. All right, I'm gonna find a way to pop this thing off of here, and then I will see you up on the workbench where we're gonna take this clutch apart. All right, so I finally got this clutch off. I had to use a couple of bolts right here to screw into these holes, and then some other bolts to put between them and the clutch, and then just slowly turn them to push the clutch off, because it was kind of rusty on this shaft right here. So I am gonna file this down a little bit because it's a little rough. And I'll put some more lubrication on it just to kind of get it cleaned up, so this clutch can slide on easier. But for right now, we're going to come over here to the workbench and take off this little snap ring, and then I'll show you how to put some grease in between this piece and the inner piece right there. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so first step is to take off this little snap ring right here. Just like that. Then we have this spacer here, and I might try and find a thicker one because there is a little bit of play in this clutch. And then this just comes off just like that. So basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this grease. This is marine grease, but it'll work. And then just kind of slather it on there just like that. Yeah, so I just looked, and unfortunately I don't have any more of these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bend it a little bit, kind of back and forth, almost into a very light accordion shape. And that should give us enough space to kind of eliminate some of that play. It's not perfect, but I think that should work. So now let's reassemble this thing. It's nice and buttery smooth now. So let me put this on here. All right, there is no more play in this. That's perfect. All right, now let's get this thing cleaned up a little bit and put back on the mini bike. I am probably gonna take like a little wire brush in here and get rid of this groove that's in here and kind of, yeah, this thing needs to be cleaned out, especially that crankshaft. So let's go ahead and go do that. All right, so I just got the chain guard back on along with the chain, but let's bend this out real quick because it is hitting the inside. There we go. The end of the crankshaft is hitting it a little bit and making a bunch of noise. So that looks a lot better. Now the clutch doesn't wiggle all over the place and it shouldn't make that noise anymore. I also removed the guard off of the exhaust right here, mainly just because it was making a whole bunch of noise because the screw holes were kind of destroyed, and it was just rattling all over the place. So I went ahead and just ripped it off. But I think this bike is pretty much good to go. I also lubed the chain up. So before we end the video, I know this one's short. Let's just go take this thing for a quick ride.
It's running horrible!
Choke's on. Choke will do it. And it died. Through the chain. All right, let's get the chain back on. All right, we're gonna do a burnout.
Concrete, dead dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, rock just hit me right in the nuts.
Ooh. And he threw the chain again. All right, guys, that seems like a good spot to end the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh, Lord.